Hello YouTube, this is Lonely Nerd. Welcome to Boolcast, Episode 1. Today we're going to be discussing Avengers Age of Ultron, and we're going to be talking about our predictions, general discussion, and future of the MCU. We got the world-famous Christian Allison with me here to help.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Christian here, and we're going to be doing, like he said, a few predictions and just different things on the Avengers Age of Ultron, and we're just going to have different movies each week that we discuss and predict and everything. So next week we might do Batman vs. Superman. Just leave in the comments which movie you guys want us to do.
Yeah, exactly. So, Christian, start us out.
Alright, well, let's do a few predictions for what's going to happen in the movie. So pretty much we already know the rundown. Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. starts up like a peace-protecting program, and it kind of, the AI goes rogue, and, Ultron happens. So, I guess I predict that sort of towards the end, the Avengers will just disband, kind of.
Disband, oh yeah. Is this going to be the start of a Civil War? It's like, that's another movie. But, how do you think this is going to tie in with Civil War? So, do you think the lead-in is going to be really strong, or do you think that this is just going to, hint at the Civil War, or do you think it doesn't get, mentioned at all?
Well, I think towards the end of the movie, since it's not out in America till May 1st, I think that Iron Man and Captain America will have a tension in the movie, and it'll just escalate to the point of where Captain America 3 will start. Maybe they'll show a few scenes from, the Avengers Age of Ultron at the beginning of Civil War, and show the tension building up, maybe a little, they talk a bit and stuff, so that's what I think is going to happen. How about you?
Yeah, I agree, sort of, but I don't think they're going to, include anything from Age of Ultron in Civil War, and hopefully they put Spider-Man in there more than just a cameo. I know it's in post-production, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it. I want Spider-Man in there. I want to hear that I am Peter Parker.
What do you think about, kind of off-topic for today's podcast?
Doesn't matter.
But what do you think about Andrew Garfield not being Spider-Man?
Thank God. He sucks.
So you think Tobey Maguire was better?
Yes, much better. He was more actual Spider-Man. Spider-Man's not supposed to be, oh, I'm a cool guy, Gwen Stacy. No,
he was
kind
of
supposed to be a nerd.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Tobey Maguire was more the nerdy side, while they tried to relate to the teens of this age and kind of make him like a hipster kind of nerd,
Yeah.
So,
like a more of a science,
yeah.
Not like quite like a...
Like video game nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like school nerd.
Yeah.
So, he'll definitely have a cameo in Civil War, but let's get back to the topic of, the Avengers Age of Ultron.
So what do you think the after credit scene is going to be on the Avengers?
Well, we'll definitely see Thanos, I believe, because, the next Avengers movie is Infinity Wars. Pretty much, they're just building up to what's gonna happen in the next 1 to 2 Avengers movies, which is,
Infinity Wars Part 1 and 2,
Infinity Wars Part 1 and 2. So that's where, Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet, if you know the comics, and he kind of, can destroy worlds with that thing. So they're kind of I think they're going to tease that, or maybe do even something with Spider-Man. You never know.
It's crazy how the MCU is, so,
expanding.
It's it goes so far into the future, because this, Infinity Wars Part 2 isn't going to come out for years. That doesn't come out to, 2019, right?
Yeah, May 3rd, 2019.
That's crazy to me, just the fact that right now I'm in high school.
Planned everything.
Right now I'm in high school, and I will literally be midway through college practically by that point. This just blows my mind. So this is again going kind of off topic of the Avengers, but I guess this is also an MCU discussion. So
yeah, we'll change the title from Avengers Age of Ultron predictions to just MCU mixed in with a bit of other things.
Yeah. So Captain Marvel. Is it going to be a girl? Because people say that it is, but I'm not sure. Is the new movie going, is Captain Marvel going to be a female in the new movie?
I don't know, because is Captain Marvel coming after Black Panther? I can't remember right now.
I am not sure either.
Because I know they're doing the Inhumans movie after Avengers Infinity Wars Part 2.
I don't even know what Inhumans is.
2020. It's kind of it's in this, they're all in the same universe, but it's kind of related to Guardians of the Galaxy. They're kind of not as known Marvel things.
Yeah. Hopefully Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is actually good. That's all I'll say about that. I didn't really like it. It was okay. But
definitely not the best Marvel movie of all time.
Yeah, that's Iron Man.
It was a bit it was a bit funny, you know. Yeah, that was a joke. Iron Man 2 was actually sucks. Sorry. But,
I said Iron Man 3 was the best.
Iron Man 2, yeah, I mean...
It was okay.
Yeah. Iron Man trilogy,
I don't
7 out of 10 completely.
I don't really like War Machine that much, which is my main issue.
Yeah, he's coming back in this movie. In
I mean, he's like not even really War Machine, though. He's like American Patriot or whatever, right?
Yeah, Iron Patriot or whatever. But he's back. Tony Stark creates the War Machine Mark II armor. So
oh, really? So he's not even Iron Patriot?
Yeah, they...
oh, my God, dude. Iron Patriot, like, that armor just looks, like, so cool. Like, that's why I love it.
Yeah, Iron Man will have 3 suits this go around. The Mark 43, which he probably created in between Iron Man 3 and this movie, of course. And I guess the Hulkbuster kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
But I saw that they teased in the new clip I saw on YouTube from Marvel Entertainment in the USA. They show him building the Mark 45 armor, and it's made out of vibranium specifically to take on Ultron. So what do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. Just because vibranium, like, basically, when he makes the suit out of vibranium, he basically just makes Captain America completely pointless because...
all he has is the same thing.
All he has is that little shield made out of vibranium, and then Tony Stark is just making a whole entire suit made out of vibranium that can literally, like...
He has an arsenal plus vibranium.
I know, like, literally, Captain America's kind of obsolete, which it makes Civil War awesome because, like, I don't know, that's just, like, I'm looking forward to Civil War more than any other MCU movie, personally. I don't know. What about you? Most anticipated MCU movie coming up?
How many years? Any? What's planned so far?
Other than Infinity War Part 1 or 2.
Well, to me, Ant-Man, I don't think it looks too good. I don't really
follow
the Ant-Man comics or anything. I don't really know who he is, but I know in the comics that Ant-Man actually created Ultron, not Tony Stark. That's just something they're doing in Age of Ultron.
Well, I mean, they kind of have to put this movie out beforehand.
Yeah, because
so you can't
Ant-Man's obsolete right now because they don't even know
he exists. Yeah. Is he going to be in Avengers Infinity War? Like, is he going to have, like, be an Avenger?
I don't know. At the end of this movie, you know, a few of my friends from the UK told me that, you know, on Twitter and stuff, I saw that there's going to be new Avengers by the end of this movie, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens and who all joins the team.
All right, so also, Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers, I think they're going to team up for Infinity War.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely, which is going to be super awesome. Do you think the Avengers are going to space in Infinity War?
Definitely to take on Thanos and the Chitauri race and everything.
That's awesome.
Maybe Loki will have another return. Obviously, he will in Thor 3 Ragnarok, but, you know, maybe they'll team up again, you know, a little bit of a flashback to the first Avengers movie in 2012, you know, you never know.
Yeah, hopefully. So, what movies have we not covered? Black Panther, we really haven't touched that. I don't know much about that, honestly, at all.
Yeah, he's going to be in Captain America 3 as a cameo, little tease. I think maybe end credit scene, mid credit scene, I'm not sure. But for sure, that movie's coming up. I don't really know much about it.
Isn't Eddie Murphy playing Black Panther?
I don't know, you know. I haven't heard much about Black Panther. I think that's one of the lesser known comic book heroes, I guess you could say, in the Marvel Universe, as well as Ant-Man.
And Inhumans, apparently.
Yeah,
never heard of them.
They're really bringing back, like, some of the old comics, or some of the even newer ones, like Guardians, that many people knew about until they started, you know, resurrecting it.
Yeah. I'm glad that Marvel decided to do this, or is deciding to do this. Like, DC just isn't quite as good. Like, their movies never really have been as good. If you look back in the past, the Batman series was really DC's only, like, light in the tunnel, because, like, Superman has never been good, honestly. You can say what you want about the first 3 movies, they're all trash. Superman Returns, trash. Man of Steel
wasn't trash.
Not quite trash, but almost trash. Like,
no, I'd say 6.5. The acting was good, but the storyline we've all heard before, kind of like Spider-Man's origin story. Everyone knows it. Just, they need to stop doing it, and hopefully they'll do better with the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice movie.
Yeah, I agree. How do you... Okay, we're going kind of off topic here, but just how do you feel about...
Ben Affleck?
No, not Ben Affleck necessarily, but how do you feel about, like, the cyborg Batman suit? Like, it's kind of like what they're doing in the comics now.
Well, I think it'll be a new change, and
And I love how like it's a voice changer, not like Rachel. It's like Rachel. Like it's like
it's like a new take on Batman.
Yeah,
Besides,
it's
because
awesome.
pretty much all we've seen is
Groaning, mumbling. I lost my parents.
okay, so we've seen Christian Bale, he was one of the best Batmans.
No,
Probably the best.
let's be real here. The other Batmans are all trash. Christian Bale's the only Batman. Just put that out there. Like Michael Keaton, trash. Obviously,
Adam West.
Obviously, Adam West is trash. Who else even played? George Clooney played Batman.
Yeah, George Clooney.
Yeah, he's trash too.
Yeah, he was even worse than Michael Keaton. Yeah, George Clooney. If you're listening to this, even though you're not, you suck freaking big dick.
Okay.
You're not even a good actor anymore. You're obsolete to anything. Thanks.
He was good in Interstellar.
Yeah, that's the only movie he's been good in about 20 years. So, there you go. But, so Christian Bale's the only Batman. So, what do you think about... This is, not even a Marvel topic anymore. We're kind of just doing comic books in total.
Okay, comic book movies, official new topic. We changed it twice in this video. Oh, well, we can keep going on this, though. So, is there a Cyborg movie? I've heard rumors. I don't know if it's confirmed.
Are they doing Justice League?
Yes,
for sure?
Justice League is definitely coming. I think that's after Batman vs.
Is
Superman.
this technically a Man of Steel sequel, or...
Is this a standalone?
Are they going to follow the storyline of Man of Steel? What happened?
So is Avengers an Iron Man sequel? That's kind of like... If you
Not-
want to consider that an Iron Man sequel, then yeah. But so it's not really.
It's not a standalone Man of Steel movie, but they're still going to follow the events of what happened. Right?
Yeah, so Man of Steel did happen in this world. And obviously it's going to be played by the same person. Superman is...
It's like Henry Cavill, I think.
Whenever I think of him, I think about that movie with the princess or whatever. What's the name of that? Like Enchanted or something like that?
Oh, like Ella Enchanted or something.
No, it's not Ella Enchanted.
They
go to the city, like they're cartoons.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so, how do you feel about Ben Affleck playing Batman?
I mean, pretty much any Hollywood actor can play Batman better than Michael Keaton, so...
Or
that's all
George Clooney.
Yeah, that's all I really care about.
I don't think he'll top Christian Bale's performance.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can. He's probably the best man for the job, actually, so...
He actually said in an interview last year, in October of 2014, that he would like to return, but the movie was already filming. They started filming, and he said the budget wasn't big enough right now. But then
So basically he wanted too much money.
DC upped the budget, so he could have played it, but they already started filming, and it was too late. Ben Affleck already signed on for the job. So sorry, Christian Bale, but your time is over for Batman.
Yeah, unfortunately. He was an awesome Batman, but hey,
what do you think about Jared Leto's Joker in Suicide
Squad? Oh
Squad?
my god, dude, it looks so dumb.
Yeah, Heath Ledger, I know you're not listening to this, definitely, but I am sorry for your successor as the Joker, because this man looks like a tattooed lunatic, which the Joker is a lunatic,
No, but
come on,
okay,
seriously,
so-
the design looks so stupid.
The design does look stupid, but the thing I have to say about this design is it's kind of a more comic book approach to the Joker, as opposed to remember
The more formal Heath Ledger.
Yeah, Nolan, he did the movies kind of realistically.
Yeah,
but these are going to be more real comic book style.
Yeah, so Marvel usually stays to the comics, follows the storyline, but DC kind of takes a more adult tone to it.
But even Marvel though, while they are following they're generally following the comics. They're changing it, and it is somewhat more adult than the comics may originally be. Because honestly, comics are a lot of times just hero versus villain, hero always wins, kind of stuff like that. Which is also if you ever the Dark Knight series of comics, those actually changed it up a little bit, and which is kind of why the movies were so good.
I like what the Dark Knight Rises did, where Batman, of course, he gets his back broken, he gets weak by...
Yeah, he gets
broken
beat.
by Bane, and...
He barely wins, and you think he's dead for a couple minutes in the movie.
I like how they show that, not all superheroes are invincible.
I really wish that Batman would have died at the end of that movie. It would actually have made it a little bit better, in my opinion.
You know what I'm saying, though? Not all superheroes are invincible, and they kind of showed that. How he rebuilt his body, trained up, and then went back to beat the villain like comic books should be. But I like how they showed that, Batman's not invincible, and he does have a human side to him.
Yeah, which hopefully they flesh out more in Batman vs. Superman as well, because honestly, we all know that in reality, if
Superman would destroy
Superman would just like, Batman would be like, throw in the shurikens, throw in the shurikens, and then Superman would just be like catching the shurikens and throw us back and like go
or
right,
just like
go
even
right
vaporize him with his
with his laser. Like
yeah.
literally, there's no way in reality that Batman could possibly beat Superman. But hopefully, they make it so it seems like more of a
Superman is more
competition.
hero, like more human.
Yeah. Maybe after being so long on Earth for so long, he loses some of his powers.
Oh,
like
true. Because that happened to General Zod in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
How he started to be weaker because he was in Earth's atmosphere for too long.
Yeah, which may happen to Superman for all we know, and that probably will. And that's pretty much the only way they can explain the fact that he would possibly be able to be beaten by.
Yeah, if Batman wins this fight, I mean, I won't be surprised because DC is Batman's slaves, but
Yeah.
Whatever.
So what I've heard the plot generally is going to be in Batman versus Superman is that, like, at the beginning they're kind of going to be rivals and, like, fight, and then towards the end they're going to realize, hey, there's a bigger enemy we got to fight. And then at the end of the movie, bam, leads into Justice League, shows you the enemy for Justice League, and they're going to team up and form the Justice League. Do you think that's actually a plausible theory, or do you think that is just, like, not going to happen at all?
It sounds pretty plausible to me, it just... I don't know if they're going to tease Justice League right away or not. It seems like they're focusing more on the Batman versus Superman arc. There was rumors that there's going to be 2 parts. Sorry, that's not happening.
No, there's no... That would actually be kind of cool, though, because I would like a 2-part Batman versus Superman, because then they could include all the characters that they wanted to include.
I don't know. It just feels like they're not going to share enough screen time.
Yeah, honestly.
So, I know, they have trouble with that in the Avengers, of course. Age of Ultron, there's definitely going to be... The actors with the higher budget gets the most screen time. So, obviously, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, maybe...
Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth is just... Obviously, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man just automatically get more screen time because they have a bigger budget.
Well, then again, Scarlett Johansson's a pretty big actor, and she's not going to get as much screen time as
just because she's not as known as the other heroes.
Well, yeah, but big budget, though. She's, a huge actor. Or actress. True. My bad. I don't know.
I mean... Of course, yeah, most people know who she is and stuff. It's just, there's just, a classic feel when you have the main Avengers, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, all teaming up to, fight the main enemy, Ultron. It's just,
Yeah, I agree. What was I going to say? Oh, my God. So, yeah, going back to Batman versus Superman again.
I was just stating that
they
have to share screen time.
Which is... actually might be the biggest concern in Batman versus Superman, because they're saying all these people are going to make cameos, like Cyborg's making a cameo, Wonder Woman's making a cameo, and
Green Lantern's making a cameo.
Yeah, all of these people are going to have to fit into this movie somehow.
It's
going to be a struggle. It can't be
longer than 3 hours, okay? Because no one's going to sit through that.
Actually, everyone will sit through that.
I mean, of course they'll sit through that, but no one wants to go,
No one wants to sit through that.
Yeah, so let's give it a 2.5 hour runtime, okay? So they're going to fit 4 through 6 cameos, plus the fight and build-up origin story for the new Batman.
Yeah.
Obviously, the screen sharing time will be limited, or they're not going to do anything at all.
Yeah, which is my main concern for this movie. How are they going to fit this all into one movie? Batman vs. Superman is such an epic concept in theory, but like I said, Superman's obviously going to crush Batman. Not in the movie, but I don't know. So, in theory, that would... Yeah, but it's just going to be so hard to fit everything into here, which hopefully they won't try to as much because they're going to save some for the Justice League. So, to answer my question earlier, are they making a standalone Cyborg movie? I thought they were.
I mean, I haven't heard much about DC's future lineup besides this in the Justice League, honestly.
Wonder Woman, that's coming out.
Yeah, I mean... DC is just kind of biting the dust as we speak right now because obviously Age of Ultron... Ant-Man, Civil War, that's just going to steal the box office. They even delayed Batman vs. Superman 1 weekend because they said Civil War, the director of Batman vs. Superman, even said that Civil War was going to crush them at box office, so they wanted to delay it 1 weekend so that they wouldn't be destroyed that weekend.
I don't know. I'd rather see Batman vs. Superman than Civil War. Just because we've seen so much of the MCU, the MCU is so packed, but I would rather see something that's I don't see as often, which would be Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, because this would be the first return to Batman in almost 5 years.
Yeah, which I'm kind of looking forward to, honestly. So Guardians 2, what do you think about Guardians 2?
Yeah, I think that Guardians 2 will be definitely better than the first one, of course. Maybe focus less on humor, because Guardians of the Galaxy was not a comedy movie. I hate when people say that.
Oh, it was so funny.
I know. It was
No.
a Marvel.
It's
supposed to be an
MCU
action
movie.
movie. I mean, they had humorous notes, but no, it was not a comedy genre.
Yeah, that bothers me. So clarify this. When did, in like this, like the real world years? So, did Guardians of the Galaxy happen in like the time? Or when was that compared to the Avengers in the timeline? So
like in like Gregorian years, like
yeah,
calendar.
So like 2012, like was that like around when Guardians of the Galaxy was like happening and like that, like was it like lined up with the Avengers events or?
I don't know. I don't know if they were happening at the same time or what.
Or after? Yeah, I don't know. That kind of.
They don't really explain that because I mean they'll definitely explain it in like Avengers 3 when they all team up. Like probably past events reoccur.
Do you think any of the Avengers are going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy too?
Hulk, because just Hulk. I mean, there might be teaming up for another Hulk standalone movie. We haven't had one since 2008.
I don't think they're going to do one.
They might do the Planet Hulk storyline where Hulk flies off to space and there's like a planet of Hulks that he meets, like other people that are affected by
Planet
radiation.
of Hulks.
That's actually a real comic thing.
I know, but that just sounds like a dumb idea, honestly. I don't really like Hulk that much. He's kind of boring, like dry.
Yeah, I heard he's getting more screen time this time, though, so that's good. We get to see him smash some more things, as everyone
Yeah, he
loves.
didn't really get enough screen time last movie, honestly. Like, puny God scene, and then, like, the street scene where he's fighting the one guy, and, like...
But Iron Man versus Hulk, oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've already pretty much seen, like, the whole scene on the internet, so...
Well, not really. It's like I've heard it's like a 10-minute scene.
10 minutes of Iron Man versus Hulk? That's, like, way too long. Are we gonna see another Green Lantern standalone movie, Christian?
Hopefully not, because Green Lantern is a sorry excuse for a superhero. I hate Green Lantern. DC, stop.
I like Green Lantern. What do you got? What's your problem against Green Lantern?
He just seems too invincible, kind of like Superman.
Too invincible. I mean, the ring can technically do anything, but like...
Exactly. It's like it's almost like they're letting him play a god, pretty much.
Yeah, true. That is kind of an issue. But I like the whole Lantern Corps, like... That whole idea, like...
They even teased at the end Sinestro turning evil in the first Green Lantern movie, but they never said anything else.
Yeah, probably because the movie didn't do too well in the box office.
Yeah, so I thought there was going to be a sequel maybe 2 years, but no, they never... I mean, there's going to be a cameo in Batman vs. Superman, but obviously it's not going to be the same actor playing Green Lantern.
So we're going to segue here. From Ryan Reynolds to Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. When is that? I know that's not an MCU movie. Again, we're going out of the MCU. We're going out of DC. We're going to the Sony. So what do you think Sony has planned for Deadpool?
Yeah, I think Sony will do great things with Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds, he's a pretty good actor. And the storyline looks cool. It's kind of just like the origin story. But of course, Deadpool's one of the heroes we haven't seen on screen much.
Yeah, wasn't he in like X-Men Origins Wolverine
or something X-Men like that? X-Men Origins Wolverine was a terrible movie. Fox needs to stop as well.
No, they don't need to stop. X-Men Apocalypse looks awesome. I don't know.
I'm talking about standalone Wolverine movies.
Well, no one gives a crap about those. Barely anyone even watched them. Like, I didn't even see that. Like, I did see that movie, but years later I saw that movie. I didn't see it in theaters. Wasn't interested in it in theaters. I don't even know why anyone would even... Like, I don't see the point of, like, even releasing those movies, but Days of Future Past.
Yes, Days of Future Past, one of the best, it wasn't a Marvel movie. I mean, of course it is, but I mean, not MCU.
Not MCU, yeah.
Best non-MCU Marvel movie ever, I think.
It might even be better than, like, any MCU movie, in my opinion. Like, I don't care what you say. You may think that, like, oh, X-Men First Class or X-Men 2 is better. No, like, X-Men Days of Future Past is by far the best X-Men movie. It had the best, like...
Brought back the old actors, of course.
Had a cohesive plot.
Yeah, they reconnected everything that happened in the original trilogy. Everything was amazing, I think. The storyline, how they saved Cyclops and the Phoenix or Jean Grey at the end. Just everything made sense.
And also, I love time travel movies, like Back to the Future.
Yeah, of course. But we're not going to
talk about that. Which is another topic. Next week's topic might be Back to the Future. Just put that out there. I don't know. So, do you think we should just wrap it up?
Yeah, that'll be fine for this week. Next week, you might see different topics. We might change it in the middle of the video. You never know.
So, it might be Back to the Future, which might be just random Universal movies. Who knows?
Or maybe even time travel movies.
Yeah, it could
You
be.
never know. We might change it in the middle of the video, so just make sure to check out the description before you watch.
Yeah, so just a real quick telling you, you can follow me on Twitter on at LonelyNerdYT, or you can listen to my other podcast, One Up Weekly, at SoundCloud.com/OneUpWeekly. And that's all. Have a good day.